Alright, now on to the winners semifinals. I'd like to apologize for I misnamed the Platteview players, for this is Platteville 2 of Connor and Corbin, being witty name, and Banto on the Cloud and Ness. They are now up against Seward 1 with a record on the season of 11-3. Players Brian Roberts and Miles Nolan playing Little Mac and Fox respectively. First stage is Kalos. This does help out Little Mac a lot with his poor recovery, as Little Mac can wall jump off the Kalos walls to get a little bit more height. Cloud Limit does come up, although he buffers a cross slash and does not quite get a connection off of it. Little Mac with a KO punch to get an early KO on Cloud. Little Mac tries to wall jump back to the ledge, but it's not quite enough, as the stock count is back even. Little Mac patiently waited for the next air dodge, but does not quite connect. Ness at Hypersense, trying to get back to the ledge. Uses PK Thunder to stall his recovery to avoid the Ness down or the Little Mac down smash 2-frame. Cloud Limit does come off and does not hit the Fox. Cloud off stage. Little Mac does not quite get the 2-frame as the back hit of down smash KOs the Ness, putting Seward back at a 1-stock advantage. KO punch is halfway up. Cloud goes for the down air to secure the first, or forward air to secure the first Cloud stock, and does not quite get it. Back air, Fox shields it. KO punches up, and it goes through the Ness shield as Cloud also falls, giving Seward 1 a 3-stock advantage. Both Little Mac and Fox are at very high percents, though. Cloud up smash is going to secure the first Fox stock. Little Mac on the platform, getting pressured by Ness aerials. Little Mac off stage. Ness goes for the PK flash, does not quite connect as Little Mac safely grabs the ledge. Cloud has limit. Little Mac limit goes offline. Little Mac almost has KO punch. Forward tilt, not quite going to secure into the Ness stock. Little Mac parries the Ness back air. Does not quite get a punish, and the Ness back throw does secure the Little Mac stock, as Platteview is now only behind by 1 stock, but both of their players at very high percents. Little Mac uppy, not quite going to finish off the Ness. Ness off stage, safely gets back to the platform. Little Mac at run up F tilt does secure the Ness stock. It's now 1 versus 3 for a Cloud at 108%. Cloud's rage will play a factor as moves will start killing a little earlier, but one good Little Mac tilt or smash attack does end Cloud's game. Limit is online, maybe looking for a kill on the Fox. Finishing touch does take out the Fox and almost gets the Little Mac with him. And Little Mac F tilt does secure game 1 for Seward.
I still do like the Rob pick here. Very good zoner. Went back to Punky Stadium 2. Big counter there. See if he can capitalize on that. And the Rob hits both of them with the side beat.
Going into game 2, looking at Seward's comp, they have a very heavy rushdown comp, being both Fox and Little Mac. Little Mac having a very strong ground game and high ground speed gives him a lot of opportunities to get in, get those tilts and smash attacks in, whereas Fox has a very pressure-heavy combo game. It's difficult for Ness to deal with under pressure, although Ness does have good defensive shield options, such as neutral air out of shield, always the threat of a grab. Forward air out of shield's not bad.
And Ness is at an incredibly low percent too, so that's a little scary. Skutt, seeing that
Cloud doesn't mind playing a close-up game, and Cloud should be using his sword to his advantage, considering Little Mac just has boxing gloves, and the only ranged attack Fox has is a gun that does 1%. So Cloud does have the reach advantage in this matchup. Game 2 going to PS2. Once again, Seward up 1-0 in this set.
The double spike from Incineroar, that is crazy to take out.
Through the opening exchange of the blows in the first 15 seconds, once again, Platteview not taking beneficial trades.
With a one stock advantage. He is on his last.
Little Max sweet spot up smash, not quite going to KO the Nest, although the run up F tilt does. Cloud Limit is online, maybe looking for a secure kill on the Fox. Fox goes back to stage. Limit cross slash, not quite going to catch the Fox coming out of Firefox.
I'm interested to see what about this Ness. It doesn't seem like they're focusing on very much.
Fox barely makes it back. KO punches up, looking for maybe an early stock on the Nest. No, secures the stock on the Cloud, giving Seward again a 2-stock advantage.
Oh, wow. Big confirm. Oh, the double from Megan.
Fox goes flying off from the Nest attack, and there goes Seward's first stock.
And this game is turned around very fast. Let's see if
Followed quickly by the Little Mac first stock. Nest at very high percents on his second stock, though. Platteview still on the back foot.
he's stocked like a punch, too. As they're just trying to fight this final six.
Cloud Limit is up. Little Mac is probably at finishing touch kill percent as the limit move gets interrupted by the Little Mac down tilt. And Nest does not have a jump and cannot recover.
Oh, and there it is. That's the end of knob. Let's see 3 stocks, and there it is.
Platteview 2 down 1 stock again. KO punch is almost up for Seward.
Now the Ness is in a little bit of trouble. See what he's suddenly on his last shot. Now off stage. Very high percentage.
Little Mac does have KO punch online. Ness is probably almost at kill percent. Ness goes for the jab, or Little Mac goes for the jab setup on the Ness, does not quite connect. As the Cloud up smash takes Little Mac's second stock, Seward still has the 1 stock advantage from the Cloud, or from the Fox. Cloud cross slash mixed with PK Fire gets a lot of damage on the Little Mac. Cloud has limit. Fox barely recovers that. Limit cross slash on the Little Mac puts him off stage. He gets quickly back to ledge. Little Mac run up F tilt, not quite enough to secure the Nest stock. Little Mac does have KO punch online. Down smash, not going to 2-frame the Nest. He goes to the KO punch, but he gets interrupted by the Cloud dash attack. Fox off stage, Little Mac runs up, dash attacks the Nest and closes out the Nest's final stock, putting Cloud once again in a 1v3. Cloud does not have his jump available for him, and he cannot recover, putting Seward at a commanding 2-0 lead. Once again, Seward's insane ground pressure with the combination of Little Mac and Fox proving to be a little bit too much for Platteview to handle.
I really liked the Ness pick there. It didn't seem like they had It didn't seem like they were attacking him very much. They were more focusing on the Rob. The Ness was doing crazy damage. We'll see how the Skutt adjusts in game 3.
Maybe Platteview picks a stage with a little bit of room to maneuver around all the ground pressure.
Big combo from Megan right off the bat. 31% on Incineroar.
Ended up going to FD for game 3.
Oh, and he just barely misses the spike, but the Incineroar loses his stock anyways. Just doesn't have the recovery for that. And back air.
All players stick with the same characters as we're going into a game 3. Platteview needs to win this, and they need to win the next 3 if they want to move on to the championship match.
That's okay. Ness is now on edge guarding Seward, but not for very long.
Early blows are traded. Cloud loses an early stock to a 2-frame.
And he has to hit hit something with that. Yep, and he does. That's a big hit on the Ness. Maybe he can
Ness also goes down to an unfortunate SD.
take a stock here really fast.
Buffered air dodges are always the worst.
Down the stock. And there goes the
Caught cross slash on the Little Mac, gives Little Mac KO punch, and Ness does not recover again, and the KO punch forces Seward to a 4-stock lead early game 3. Can Platteview make this miraculous comeback, or is Seward moving on to the championship match? Little Mac off stage. Ness goes for the down air spike, does not quite get it. Little Mac goes for the counter on the Ness recovery, also doesn't get it. Cloud has limit, but is also at very high percents. He has to use limit to recover. And there goes Cloud stock. It is now Ness in a 1 versus 5. Fox with the back air off of the stage bounce with the up B, and that secures the game and the set.
Oh man. Oh, and the Rob is here is at high percent, but so is Incineroar.
Unfortunate end for Platteview 2 as they will go into the consolation bracket and play for 3rd place.
Oh, and there goes